In the roaring chaos of the championship after-party, I tripped over a spilled beer cup and crashed lips first into Storm Rivera, the unbeatable captain of our university's women's basketball team. Her eyes widened in shock as the crowd erupted in cheers, mistaking my clumsy fall for a bold confession of love. Little did I know, that accidental kiss would unravel my carefully guarded secrets and force me to confront a heart I never knew was mine to give. The party was at full throttle in the old gymnasium, transformed into a neon-lit wonderland for the night. Streamers in our school colors, crimson and gold, dangled from the rafters where banners proclaimed national champs. Just hours after the final buzzer, music pulsed through the speakers, a mix of hip-hop and pop anthems that had everyone grinding and shouting. I, Emily Hargrove, the quiet journalism major from a small Midwest town, had no business being there. But my roommate Sarah had dragged me along, insisting it was the event of the year at Westwood University in sunny Los Angeles. Storm Rivera was the undisputed queen of the court. At 6 feet 1 inch with sharp cheekbones, a cascade of dark curls tied back in a ponytail, and eyes like polished obsidian, she commanded attention without trying. She just led the team to their third consecutive title, sinking a buzzer-beater three-pointer that had the entire campus in hysterics. Rumors swirled about her. Pro scouts circling, endorsement deals brewing, and a string of admirers, guys and girls alike, who orbited her like satellites. Me? I was the girl who preferred library stacks to locker rooms, scribbling notes for the campus paper about student protests or indie film festivals. That night I was nursing a soda in the corner, watching Sarah flirt with some forward from the team when it happened. The crowd surged as Storm entered, hoisted on teammates' shoulders like a hero. I stepped back to avoid the crush, but my heel caught on that damned cup. Time slowed as I flailed forward, my face colliding with hers in a messy, unintended lock of lips. Her arms instinctively wrapped around me to steady us both, and for a split second, amid the whoops and hollers, it felt real. Cameras flashed, phones recorded, and the chant started. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I pulled back, mortified, my cheeks burning hotter than the California sun. Oh God, I'm so sorry, I stammered. But my voice drowned in the din. Storm blinked, a slow smile spreading across her face, like she just won another game. No apologies needed, she said, her voice low and teasing, with that faint New York accent she'd carried from her Bronx upbringing. That was unexpected but kinda perfect. The video went viral by morning. Accidental kiss steals the show at Westwood Champs Party, screamed the headlines on social media. My phone buzzed nonstop, texts from friends, notifications from the campus app. Sarah burst into our dorm room waving her screen. You're famous. Look at this. Storm reposted it with heart emojis. She thinks you're into her. I buried my face in my pillow. It was an accident. I don't even know her. But deep down a flutter stirred in my chest. I'd noticed Storm before, of course. Who hadn't? In interviews she spoke eloquently about breaking barriers as an openly queer athlete, inspiring kids from tough neighborhoods like hers. Her confidence was magnetic, a far cry from my own hesitance. I'd come out to my family last year, but it had been a quiet affair. More whispers than declarations. Dating? Non-existent. My focus was on graduating and landing a job at a big city paper, not entangling myself in campus drama. Yet fate or bad luck had other plans. That afternoon, as I hurried across the quad, backpack slung over one shoulder, Storm jogged up beside me. She was in workout gear, sweat glistening on her tan skin, a basketball tucked under her arm. Hey, mystery kisser, she called, falling into step. I froze. Storm? What? Emily, right? From the journalism program. She knew my name? Look, about last night. I don't usually get kissed by strangers, but you made quite the impression. Her grin was disarming, all white teeth and genuine warmth. I laughed nervously. It was a total klutz move. I'm not. I didn't mean to. She held up a hand. Relax. But if you're free, wanna grab coffee? Clear the air? Or, see if that spark was real. Her eyes twinkled with mischief, but there was vulnerability there too. A glimpse behind the star athlete facade. I should have said no. But something in her gaze pulled me in. Sure, I heard myself say. And just like that, our worlds collided. Our first date, if you could call it that, was at the campus cafe, a cozy spot with mismatched chairs and the aroma of fresh roasted beans. Storm ordered a black coffee strong like her game, while I opted for a latte with extra foam. We talked for hours. Her dreams of the WNBA, the pressure from her single mom back home, the thrill of the court. I shared my passion for stories that mattered, like the piece I was writing on LGBTQ+ rights in sports. "You're brave," she said, leaning forward. "Putting yourself out there in print." Me? I just dunked balls. But her humility was endearing. As the sun set over the palm-lined paths, she walked me back to my dorm. "This was fun, Emily. Let's do it again." I nodded, heart racing. What was happening? Was this flirtation or just friendliness? That night I scrolled through her old posts, photos from pride parades, captions about authenticity. Maybe, just maybe, this accident was destiny. But shadows loomed. My ex-best friend Mia from high school, now a transfer student here, had always harbored jealousy. She'd been the popular one back home, and seeing me thrust into the spotlight irked her. "Be careful with Storm," she texted cryptically. "She's not what she seems." I ignored it, diving deeper into this whirlwind. Storm invited me to practices, where I'd sit in the bleachers, watching her command the floor with grace and power. Teammates teased us, calling me her good luck charm. One evening after a scrimmage, she pulled me aside in the empty locker room. "Emily, that kiss. It wasn't just an accident for me. I felt something." My breath caught. "Me too," I whispered, and this time when our lips met, it was intentional, soft, exploratory, filled with promise. As weeks turned to months, our relationship blossomed amid the chaos of college life. We stole moments in hidden campus nooks, shared late-night study sessions where books gave way to confessions. Storm opened up about her fears, the weight of expectations, the isolation of being a role model. I confided in her about my family's lukewarm acceptance, how I'd always felt like an outsider. But cracks appeared. Rumors spread, whispers that I was using her fame for my articles. Mia fueled them, posting subtle digs online. "Some people climb ladders by any means," she'd comment under photos of us. One night after a big win, Storm confronted me. "Is this real, Em? Or am I just a story to you?" Her voice cracked, eyes glistening. "It's real," I insisted, pulling her close. "You're everything." We made up under the stars, but doubt lingered. Little did I know the real storm was brewing. The fall semester ramped up, and with it, the intensity of our lives. Storm's team was gearing up for regionals, practices stretching into grueling hours. I'd wait for her in the library, typing away on my laptop, but my mind wandered to her. How her laugh echoed like a victory cheer, how her touch grounded me in a world that felt increasingly unsteady. We'd become that couple, holding hands in the quad, sharing inside jokes at parties. Friends envied us, strangers gawked. The accidental kiss couple, they dubbed us, turning our mishap into campus lore. But beneath the romance, tensions simmered. Storm's schedule left little room for us, and my internship at the local paper demanded late nights chasing leads. One crisp October evening, we argued for the first time. It started small, me complaining about her canceling our dinner plans for an extra workout. "Basketball comes first, Em. You know that," she snapped, pacing our tiny off-campus apartment we'd impulsively rented together. "I get it, but what about us?" I shot back, frustration boiling over. "I'm not just your cheerleader." Her face softened. "You're more than that. You're my anchor." We reconciled in a tangle of apologies and kisses, but the seed of insecurity had been planted. Enter Mia, the catalyst. She'd inserted herself into our circle, befriending Storm's teammates with her charm and sharp wit. I tried to warn Storm. Mia had a history of stirring drama back home, like spreading lies that cost me a scholarship opportunity. But Storm, ever the optimist, brushed it off. "People change, Em. Give her a chance." Big mistake. At a Halloween bash themed around superheroes, I dressed as a journalist crusader, Storm as a caped athlete. The party was wild, costumes, cocktails, thumping bass. I stepped out for air, returning to find Mia cornering Storm in the kitchen, her hand on Storm's arm, whispering intently. "What's going on?" I demanded. Mia smirked. "Just chatting. Storm was telling me about your accidental kiss." Funny how accidents lead to headlines, huh? Storm looked uncomfortable. It's nothing, Em. But later in bed, Storm confessed. Mia said you've been talking to reporters about us. Is that true? My stomach dropped. What? No. She's lying. Why would she? She showed me an email, your name on it, pitching a story about queer athletes in love. I grabbed my phone, scrolling frantically. There it was, an old draft I'd scrapped, never sent. How had Mia gotten it? She must have hacked my account or something. Storm, you have to believe me. She sighed, turning away. I want to, but trust is everything. The rift widened. Practices became excuses. Texts went unanswered. I threw myself into work, interviewing activists for a feature on campus inclusivity. One source mentioned Storm's past. A brief fling with a teammate that ended in heartbreak. She's guarded for a reason, they said. Jealousy gnawed at me. Was I just a rebound? At a team dinner, Mia was there, laughing too loudly at Storm's jokes, her eyes lingering. I confronted her in the bathroom. Stay away from us, Mia. This isn't high school. She laughed coldly. Us? Please. Storm deserves better than a fame chaser. I told her everything, how you faked that kiss for attention. My world tilted. I didn't. Save it. She's done with you. Mia flounced out, leaving me reeling. That night, Storm packed a bag. I need space, Em. Mia showed me messages, you badmouthing my game, saying I'm too focused on myself. Fakes. All fakes. Storm, please. But she left, door slamming like a final shot. Heartbroken, I spiraled. Days blurred into tear-stained notebooks and avoided classes. Sarah tried to console me. Fight for her, Em. This is Mia's doing. I knew she was right. Digging deep, I hacked together evidence. Mia's IP on my email logs, forged screenshots. But would Storm listen? The regionals arrived, a high-stakes game against rivals from USC. I sat in the stands, anonymous in the crowd, watching Storm dominate. Dunks, steals, her face a mask of determination. They won, but her celebration was hollow. Afterward, I waited outside the locker room. She emerged, towel around her neck, eyes widening at me. Emily? What are you? I have proof, I blurted, shoving my phone at her. Mia's been manipulating us. The emails, the messages, all fabricated. She scrolled, face paling. Oh God. I trusted her. Tears welled. Why didn't you trust me? I was scared, she admitted, voice breaking. Of getting hurt again. But losing you. That's worse. We embraced in the dimly lit hall. Apologies flowing like rain. I love you, Storm. For real. I love you too, she whispered. But reconciliation was fragile. Trust needed rebuilding. As winter break approached, we vowed to communicate better. Mia was exposed, teammates shunned her, and she transferred out amid scandal. Yet scars remained. Storm confided her deepest fear. Failing her mom, who sacrificed everything for her dreams. You're not alone, I assured her. We're a team. Christmas in Ella was magical. Lights on palm trees, beach walks hand in hand. We visited her family in New York, where her mom welcomed me with open arms. You make her happy, she said, hugging me tight. Back at school, spring brought renewal. Storm's team-eyed nationals and my article on her journey, written with her blessing, went viral, highlighting her resilience as a queer icon. But drama wasn't done. Scouts offered Storm a pro contract, but it meant moving to Chicago post-graduation. What about us? I asked, panic rising. We'll make it work, she promised. Long-distance visits, whatever it takes. Doubt crept in. My own job offer came, from a paper in San Francisco. Worlds apart. The night before her final college game, we sat on our apartment balcony. City lights twinkling below. Emily, if this is too much. No, I said firmly. We've survived worse. Betrayal lies, we're stronger now. She pulled me close. Then let's win this together. The national championship was electric, held in Atlanta's massive arena. Fans from across the country packing the seats. Westwood's women's team, led by Storm, faced off against top-seeded Duke. I flew out with her, my nerves as frayed as hers. This is it, she said on the plane, squeezing my hand. My last college game. You've got this, I replied, though inside I worried about what came next. Our futures loomed like uncharted territory. The game was a nail-biter. Storm shone, scoring 28 points, her drives to the basket poetry in motion. But Duke fought back, tying it in the final minutes. With seconds left, Storm had the ball. She faked left, drove right, and launched a fadeaway jumper. Swish. Victory. The court erupted. Teammates mobbed her. Confetti rained down. In the stands, I cheered until my voice cracked. Post-game, amid interviews, she sought me out, pulling me into a hug on national TV. "This one's for you, she whispered. Back in LA, celebrations lasted days. But reality intruded. Graduation approached, and with it, decisions. Storm signed with the Chicago Sky, a dream come true. My San Francisco job started in July. "We'll visit every weekend," she said optimistically. But distance tested us. First month. Constant calls, virtual dates. Second. Missed flights, exhaustion. Arguments flared over trivial things. Forgotten anniversaries, unspoken resentments. One call escalated. "You're always training, Storm. When do I fit in? And you're buried in deadlines. This is our lives now." Silence stretched. "Maybe we need a break," she suggested, voice trembling. My heart shattered. "Is that what you want?" "No, but maybe it's what we need." We hung up, the line dead like our connection. Weeks passed in radio silence. I threw myself into work, covering stories on Bay Area Pride events, but every rainbow flag reminded me of her. Then a surprise. Storm showed up at my doorstep, duffel bag in hand. "I couldn't stay away," she said, eyes red-rimmed. "Chicago's great, but without you, it's empty." We talked all night, laying bare our fears. "I betrayed our trust by doubting us," she admitted. "But I won't again. I pushed too hard," I confessed. "We both did." Reignited, we planned better. Alternating visits, shared goals. But life threw another curveball. Storm's mom fell ill. A heart condition, requiring surgery back in New York. "I'm flying home," Storm said. "Come with me." I took leave, and we spent weeks at her bedside, watching Storm care for her mom. Reading to her, holding her hand, deepened my love. "You're so strong," I told her one night in the hospital cafeteria. "Only because of you," she replied. Her mom recovered, but the scare shifted perspectives. "Life's short," Storm said on the flight back. "I don't want to waste it apart." She requested a trade to the Golden State Valkyries, a new expansion team in the Bay. It worked. Suddenly, we were in the same city, building a life together. But old wounds resurfaced. Mia, out of nowhere, emailed me. "Congrats on stealing her heart. But secrets don't stay buried." Attached. Photos from high school, me kissing a boy at a party before I came out. "Storm deserves to know you're not who you say." Panic surged. I told Storm about my past, but not this, a confused phase. Was it betrayal? I showed her immediately. This was before us, before I knew myself. She studied the photos, then hugged me. "It doesn't change anything. We all have histories." Relief washed over me. Mia's attempt backfired. We blocked her, moving on. Our relationship evolved into something profound, partners in every sense. We volunteered at LGBTQ+ youth centers, sharing our story to inspire. Storm mentored young athletes. I wrote pieces amplifying queer voices. One anniversary, on a foggy San Francisco bridge, she proposed. Emily Hargrove, from Accidental Kiss to Forever. "Will you marry me?" Tears streaming, I said yes. Planning the wedding brought joy and chaos. Families blended. My Midwestern parents, initially hesitant, warmed to Storm's charm. Her mom baked traditional Puerto Rican treats for the rehearsal. But drama struck again. A tabloid leaked our story, twisting it into sensationalism. Basketball star's secret love affair, betrayal and heartbreak. Reporters hounded us. "It's Mia," Storm growled. "She's selling stories." We confronted it head-on, holding a press conference. "Our love isn't a scandal," Storm declared. "It's real, resilient." The backlash turned to support. Fans rallied. The wedding was intimate. On a sunny beach, waves crashing, vows exchanged under a flower arch, through accidents and intentions. I promised, "I'll always choose you." "And I'll always fight for us," she replied. Honeymoon in Hawaii. Lazy days, deep conversations. Back home, we adopted a dog, symbolizing our family. Years passed. Storm retired after a stellar career, coaching now. I published a book on our journey. Challenges came. Health scares, career dips, but we faced them united. Looking back, that accidental kiss wasn't theft. It was a gift. It taught us vulnerability, forgiveness, the humanity in love. In a world quick to judge, our story stood as a beacon. Love wins, not despite flaws but because of them. Settling into married life in our cozy Oakland home, with its bay views and creaky wooden floors, felt like the calm after a storm. Storm hung up her jersey, transitioning to coaching at a local high school, molding the next generation of stars. "These kids remind me of me," she'd say, coming home with stories of triumphs and tears. I advanced at the paper, leading a team on investigative pieces about social justice. But peace was fleeting. A former teammate of Storm's, jealous of her post-retirement spotlight, stirred trouble. Leaked emails suggested Storm had doped during college. Lies but damaging. Sponsors pulled back. Her coaching job wobbled. "It's not true," she insisted, pacing our living room. But mud sticks. We hired a lawyer, traced it to the ex-teammate's grudge. In court, truth prevailed, but the toll was heavy. Storm withdrew, questioning her worth. "Maybe I'm not the role model I thought." I held her through nights of doubt. "You are. To me, to those kids, you're everything." Therapy helped, unpacking layers of pressure she'd carried since youth. Our bond deepened, turning pain into growth. Then fertility struggles hit. We wanted kids, opting for IVF. Rounds failed, each negative test a gut punch. "Why us?" Storm cried one night, curled in my arms. "We'll keep trying," I soothed, though hope waned. Adoption became our path. After months of paperwork, we welcomed Mia. No, not that Mia. A beautiful baby girl named after Storm's grandmother. "She's ours," Storm beamed, cradling her. Parenthood brought new dramas. Sleepless nights, toddler tantrums. But joy outweighed it. Watching Storm teach little Mia to dribble a mini basketball melted my heart. A decade in, betrayal struck from an unexpected source. My own sister, envious of our perfect life. She spread family gossip, claiming I'd abandoned our roots for fame. It hurt, echoing old insecurities. Confronting her at a reunion. "Why, Jess? You're the golden child now." I just lashed out. Forgiveness came slowly, but we rebuilt, emphasizing family bonds. Storm's coaching led to a college gig back at Westwood. I wrote a memoir, Stolen Hearts, a love story, which hit bestseller lists. Interviews poured in, our tale resonating. One talk show, "How did you overcome so much?" "Love isn't easy," Storm said, hand in mine. "It's choosing each other every day." Retirement loomed for me too. We traveled Europe, Asia, sharing our story at conferences. Mia grew into a fierce teen, proud of her moms. But health scared us again. Storm's knee, battered from years on the court, needed surgery. Post-op complications arose. In the hospital, I whispered, "Don't leave me." She squeezed my hand. "Never." Recovery was slow, but it reminded us of fragility. We downsized, moved to a quiet suburb, focusing on simple joys. Family dinners, park walks. Reflecting on our journey. From that gymnasium kiss to here, it was a tapestry of drama, emotion, romance. Betrayals tested us, but humanity prevailed. We learned empathy, resilience. In quiet moments, Storm would say, "You didn't steal my heart. You earned it." "And you mended mine," I'd reply. Our love, imperfect and profound, endured. As Mia headed to college, Westwood of course following her mom's footsteps, the house felt empty but our hearts full. "She's gonna be a star," Storm predicted, waving as Mia drove off. We entered a new chapter. Volunteering more, mentoring queer youth. Storm started a foundation for underprivileged athletes. I consulted on media ethics. Drama revisited when a documentary about Storm's career unearthed old rivals. One claimed she'd stolen plays. Petty lies, but social media amplified them. "Ignore it," I advised. But Storm fought back, releasing a statement. "My legacy stands on hard work, not rumors." Support flooded in. The film became a hit, celebrating her trailblazing. Our 20th anniversary. A vow renewal on that same beach. Friends, family gathered. Mia gave a toast. You too showed me love conquers all. Aging brought reflections. Grandkids arrived, me as kids, calling us Grandma Storm and Grandma M. We spoiled them with stories of our accidental romance. One evening on our porch swing, Storm turned to me. Any regrets? None, I said. Even the heartaches made us who we are. She nodded. It's been a hell of a ride. In twilight years, health faded. Storm's heart weakened, echoing her mom's. Hospital visits became routine. Promise you'll keep telling our story, she whispered one day. I will, I vowed, tears falling. When she passed peacefully in her sleep, the world mourned a legend. But I mourned my partner, my love. The funeral was a celebration. Tributes from players she'd inspired, letters from fans. Mia held my hand. She's still here, Mom. I continued her work, speaking at events, keeping her spirit alive. My final book, Hearts Unstolen, a testament to enduring love. In the end, our story wasn't just romance. It was human, flawed, resilient, beautiful. From accident to eternity, it taught that love, when nurtured through storms, leaves a legacy of hope. And in quiet moments I felt her presence whispering, "We did good, Em." Yes, we did.